Bonjour, Kinamagian and welcome to this production of Support Coach Television. Today's episode, a collection of Aesop's Fables. First read. We'll begin with some academic vocabulary for you this morning. The terms being adages and proverbs. Adages and proverbs are short sayings that express an idea about human behavior. An adage expresses some kind of truth about human nature or how people behave, such as the early bird gets the worm. A proverb offers advice about how to live your life, such as better safe than sorry. Adages and proverbs are often found in traditional literature because they quickly sum up the moral of the story in a way that most people can understand. Read this proverb from the end of The Fox and the Goat. You must learn to look before you leap. If you don't know what the proverb means, think about the moral or lesson of the story. Once you read the story, you'll understand it. And that's the great thing about adages and proverbs, is by simply reading and considering the story, you will often reach this conclusion. As you're going through this, I want you to think about what these terms mean. So when we read page 104, you should think about the phrase, it is easy to dislike the things we cannot have. What does that mean? Or necessity is the mother of invention on page 105. Or 3 little friends may prove to be great friends. These are all bolded terms within the reading today and this week. And I have a feeling you will understand them all by the time we are done. You may even already have a pretty good idea what they mean. So let's go back up to the top of this part here. And our first read skill is paraphrasing. When you paraphrase, you put information in your own words. When you read a text and then talk or write about it without quoting the text, you are paraphrasing. For example, read this sentence. Marco was an extremely intelligent boy who had difficulty relating to kids his own age. You could paraphrase it like this. Marco was very smart and had trouble making friends. Paraphrasing is different from summarizing because when summarizing, you only include the most important details. Therefore, a summary is much shorter than the original. You include all the details when you paraphrase, so it is longer than a summary would be. Try it. Read the following fable from Aesop called Belling the Cat. Long ago, the mice got together to decide what to do about their enemy, the cat. Finally, the youngest mouse suggested that they put a bell around the cat's neck so they could hear her coming and hide. All the mice were excited by this solution. Then one old mouse asked, who will put the bell on the cat? Not one mouse volunteered. The old mouse said, it is easy to suggest impossible solutions. So let's paraphrase the first sentence. Long ago, the mice got together to decide what to do about their enemy, the cat. You might say, the mice had a meeting on how to deal with the cat. Then the next section, finally, the youngest mouse suggested they put a bell around the cat's neck so they would hear it coming and hide. You might paraphrase, a mouse suggested they put a bell on the cat to hear her. Then you might look at this section. All the mice were excited by this solution. Then one old mouse asked, who will put the bell on the cat? And paraphrase it under the idea of everyone was excited, but no one was willing to put the bell on the cat. Not one mouse volunteered. You can say no mice volunteered. You only have 4 words. It's hard to paraphrase much shorter. The old mouse said it's easy to suggest impossible solutions. You might paraphrase that as it's easy to suggest something that can't happen or won't happen. When you're Going through this first read, which is the orange boxes, you will fill out the paraphrase chart on page 269, the worksheet, or via the Google form. We have reached the conclusion of the first read. You should now return to the Google Classroom and read your full text. Mama P.